Honourable Deputy Speaker, I would like to start off by reacting on the speech of the Honourable Motshekga. The one point that the Honourable Motshekga throughout made was that the ANC truly represents the will of the people. He felt very strongly about that. My question would then be, what happened on the 1st of November? Because on the 1st of November, it was clear you did not truly represent the will of the people. You got below 50%. The second point I would like to make, Honourable Motshekga, of course, with regard to history, and you gave us a lesson, you're entitled to your opinion, but not your own facts when it comes to history. And lastly, with all due respect, you didn't refer one single word about the bill itself. Honourable Deputy Speaker, if you want to change the Constitution or an entrenched section of the Constitution or the Bill of Rights, you cannot make a single procedural error, not one. In this process, many errors were made. It started with the Constitutional Review Committee. 3 different ad hoc committees followed. Most procedural mistakes were made during the Constitutional Review Committee process and the other 2 ad hoc committees. Then we had the public participation process. We had public hearings in the provinces. 33 were held originally. Let's say 1,000 people attended. Approximately 33,000 people expressed their opposition to not amending. They wanted to amend. But 630,000 plus written submissions were received. Of those, 75% were against amendment. We had oral submissions in Parliament. 53 submissions were heard. 41, 77% were against. Those were policymakers, civil society, organizations, and academics. What are the consequences of land expropriation without compensation? Amending Section 25 of the Constitution to provide for the expropriation of land or property without compensation will make all property rights null and void. The erosion of property rights in South Africa will create uncertainty and will inevitably divert potential investment away from the country and will ultimately result in economic failure and collapse of South Africa. Section 17 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, as contained in the International Bill of Human Rights, clearly states: 1. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. 2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. The implementation of land expropriation without compensation is a contravention of the International Bill of Rights. It is also in conflict with about a dozen treaties that South Africa has signed in the past. What does the bill actually say? First section, where land and any improvements thereon are expropriated for the purposes of land reform, the amount of compensation payable may be nil. This is completely unacceptable. Whenever provision is made for nil compensation, we are dealing with confiscation. Nil compensation as a term is being used by the ANC because they are too embarrassed and too shy to tell the international community that the democratic government of South Africa is prepared to take people's property without any compensation. Nil compensation means exactly the same as no compensation. The second provision says the following: that national legislation must provide circumstances where the amount of compensation is nil. The right to own property is a fundamental right entrenched in the basic international principles of the rule of law. That is why the rule of law is entrenched in the South African Constitution in the founding provisions in Section 1C. It can only be amended with a 75% majority. That's so don't be under the impression you need 2/3. You need 75% today and you won't even get 2/3. It's absolutely disingenuous to try and undermine these principles by way of ordinary legislation where only a 50% majority of the National Assembly will be sufficient. This will be unconstitutional and in direct conflict with the current provisions of Section 25(2)(b) and 25(3) of the South African Constitution. The ANC has gone through this process. It took almost 3 years. 3 years that we've been creating political uncertainty in terms of what's going to happen with property rights in South Africa. And the ANC has gone through this process until today. And today it's quite clear that you do not represent the will of the people in terms of this because the majority is not supporting what you're trying to achieve. If you would please then come to the reality and go and look in terms of international best practice. What does countries that grow do? They guarantee property rights. They guarantee the rule of law. What you're trying to achieve is not going to succeed. It's going to be a failure today, and the Freedom Front Plus will definitely vote against this proposal. Thank you very much.